Hello, fellow teachers. Welcome to Teaching with Power. I'm Ben Wilcox, and I wanted to express my gratitude to all of you for choosing to spend this time with me today. I wanted to take some time this week and explain my plans for the channel next year, for teaching the Doctrine and Covenants in 2025. I've decided to do things a little differently this time around, and I want to explain why so that you know what to expect. My overall goal for this channel has always been to help people, in some way, get more out of the Scriptures and improve the quality of gospel instruction. Enhance that experience for both the learner and the teacher. Because teaching isn't always easy, especially if you don't have a lot of experience. So in my videos, I've always tried to give you two things. The two fundamental considerations that a teacher has whenever they prepare a lesson. And that's the what and the how. And the what is the truths, the Scripture insights, the testimony that you plan to share. And the how, well, it's just that. How you plan to present those truths. So the ideas, activities, quotes, questions that you plan to use that are going to help your listeners understand the what. And both fundamentals are essential. If we focus too much on the what, our lessons usually become more lecture-like, and usually a little more boring and unengaging. But if we focus too much on the how, then our lessons may seem disjointed or lack purpose. Well, I believe that there are plenty of resources out there these days that can provide a lot of the what of the Scriptures. There's no shortage of Scripture insight available out there right now. When I started the channel, I think over 5 years ago, there weren't very many come follow me resources out there. But since then, every year, more and more channels and podcasts have emerged in this space. And I think that's wonderful. People are excited about the Scriptures. They're talking about them. But if you're teaching, you need more than just the what. I think that our lessons are probably going to lack some power if we just go in and repeat the insights that we've heard from a podcast or from somebody else. And that's where I think Teaching with Power is unique in its approach. I mean, there's still plenty of insight here for somebody who just wants to learn more about the Scriptures in their personal study. But my major focus is to help teachers teach. And that's whether you have a teaching calling in the church, you're a parent trying to engage your family in family Scripture study, you're a missionary, somebody with a ministering assignment, or any situation where you find yourself teaching somebody something from the Scriptures. For you, I want to help reduce your preparation time, increase your teaching confidence, and help you to create and have edifying teaching and learning experiences. That's my goal. That's my vision. And I feel that my videos over the years have been a good balance between the what and the how. But granted, maybe a little more tipped towards the what, the insight of Scripture study. So this year, my plan is to balance that out a bit more. And here's how I plan to do that. I'm going to re-release the Doctrine and Covenants videos that I produced back in 2021 because I still feel good about what I shared then. And there are a lot of you out there that have joined Teaching with Power since 2021. And those videos are going to be completely new to you. I'm satisfied with the thoughts, the activities, and the scriptural insights that they covered. And I feel that they're still relevant and applicable, because gospel principles don't change, right? I think that if I decided to create brand new videos, I'd probably be sharing a lot of the same things. But I feel like I still have more to offer teachers out there. I want to give you more to work with, especially when it comes to the hows of teaching, because it's nice to have options, isn't it? So along with the re-releases, I'm also going to be producing a brand new supplemental lesson activities video to accompany the main one each week. And these new videos are not going to be filled with commentary, testimony, experiences, or insights so much. What they are going to be filled with is teaching ideas. Ideas that are designed to complement and accompany the truths and the insights that are shared in the main video. So there's going to be additional handout ideas, discussion questions, object lessons, learning challenges, game ideas, pictures, quotes, and PowerPoint activities. And you can be certain that they've been meticulously scrutinized and prioritized to be the best ideas that I have. And with the time that I'll save by not creating an entirely new video, I can really review my old lesson plans, analyze the activities, and home in on the teaching experience itself. And I'll be able to provide you with questions and activities that I know work, because I've tested them. I've used them in my own teaching, and I've weeded out the ones that aren't as effective. Some of the ideas are going to be more geared towards the youth, and others to adults. And the thought then isn't to use all of the ideas in a particular lesson, but the ones that make the most sense to you. They're designed to be modular so that you can tailor the teaching experience to the situation and the time frame that you've been given. I have heard from a few individuals that when they try to teach one of my lessons, that they seem to always run out of time. Now, part of that is just the nature of teaching. You're almost always going to have more material prepared than you have time to share. And that's good. It's better to have too much than too little. But with these new videos, I hope to give you the freedom to pick and choose the insights and the activities and the questions that you feel are the most important. And if you choose to purchase a subscription this year, which, by the way, I've just made available on Etsy. It's there now. It looks like this. I'm going to post them right at the top of the page. And there is a link to the shop in the video description below. And as usual, there's going to be the full subscription option, which will include all of the slides and the handouts that are available. And then there is a handout-only subscription option if you only wish to get the handouts each week. Some people just want that. But if you do choose to get a full subscription, then not only are you going to get all the slides and the handouts that I made in the past, back in 2021, that past slide deck is still going to be available, but I'm also going to send you a new slide deck with all the additional ideas and activities from the supplemental video, which then you can use to assemble your own unique lesson. And I'm not going to raise the cost of a subscription, even though there's going to be far more content for you. I want to keep things reasonable. And I always feel that you feel that the value you get from the materials far exceeds any cost that's associated with it. And with those materials, you can go in and arrange the slides based on how you would like to approach the lesson. Maybe you'll use a lot of them, and maybe you'll use just a few. But you can take what you like, leave what you don't, make it your own, improve on it, change it, edit them, whatever. You can change the order of the slides, delete the ones you won't use, based on the lesson that you want to teach and your own time frame. And I'm even going to include some template slides each week so that you can easily add your own inspired questions or activities if you choose. But what's this new slide deck going to look like? For every single lesson, and I usually do about 3 individual lessons per week of Come Follow Me, I'm going to give you at least the following slides or ideas, and in some cases more. But I'm going to make sure that you have an object or an object lesson, an icebreaker or attention grabber, a handout of some sort for every lesson. Not that I think you should do a handout activity for every single lesson, but it's nice to have that option. It's good variety. So now there are going to be at least 3 handouts available every week, rather than just 2. I'm going to include at least 1 relevant quote to the lesson, sometimes more. I'll give you a video suggestion whose message accompanies the lesson in some way or contains a piece of music that fits well with the theme. I'm going to give you a search activity that prompts your students to study and look for truth in the scriptures. There'll be a truth slide with the particular truth that you're guiding your students towards in that lesson, a discussion question or a number of discussion questions that you can choose from, a taking it to heart slide with a more personal application type question, and I will go and do slide with a challenge that encourages your listeners to act on the truths that you've taught. And then a takeaway slide, which is something that I've done for years already. But the takeaway slide is just an inspirational picture and a truth from the lesson that hopefully helps your students to remember the main principle of what you've taught and puts a nice, memorable, visual exclamation point on the lesson as you conclude. I found that to be really effective. And then there's going to be other kinds of slides and ideas, but maybe not necessarily for every lesson. For example, I am going to include at least one scripture game every week in at least one of the 3 lessons. Not all of them, but at least one, so that you've got that option. The supplemental video is going to walk you through each of those lesson elements without a lot of commentary. You're going to be able to get commentary and insights from the regular video each week. But my hope is that it's kind of like having your own experienced teaching mentor by your side, helping you walk through a lesson plan with ideas and insights that can help you to teach a powerful, engaging, and memorable lesson. Because I know that when I first started teaching seminary, I was so grateful to have good help, to have mentors, people who were willing to share ideas with me, things that they knew worked, ideas, insights, activities. I consider myself very fortunate to have had such great role models and influences to look to. In particular, my father, Michael Wilcox, my cousin, Jared Halverson, and then administrators and fellow teachers all throughout the years that in some way have impacted my teaching positively. I want to pass some of that on to you in hopes that it will make a difference in your life and in your teaching. And keep in mind that the point of these materials isn't to take away from your own personal study or the materials that are produced in the Come Follow Me manual. But I do want to help you in that preparation process. Sometimes, you just need an idea, right? A hook to hang your lesson on, an insight that you're excited about teaching, or an activity that you know is going to engage your class in the lesson. And that's what you're going to find here. And I can tell you that there's nothing more exciting, more fulfilling, more humbling than the experience of having an edifying classroom experience where you truly connect with your students and you can sense that an impact is being made, that they felt something, that you felt something, that something was learned, that faith was fortified. It's when you've had a Doctrine and Covenants 50, verse 22 kind of lesson. That verse says, "Wherefore he that preacheth and he that receiveth understand one another, and both are edified and rejoice together." So, my friends, my fellow teachers, are you excited to teach the Doctrine and Covenants this year? I hope you are, because I am. I'm ready. I can't wait to dig deep into the revelations of the restoration this year with all of you, and to get a chance to teach from those revelations to my own students and my children. So let's get out there and teach with power in 2025. And by the way, as we begin this new year, I do want to hear your thoughts. I encourage you to leave a comment below with any additional thoughts or feedback that you have for me. Do you like this direction that Teaching with Power is going? Or do you have other ideas or suggestions on how I can better help you as teachers or parents or missionaries? So leave a comment or write me an email at teachingwithpower@gmail.com. I'm open to those thoughts, those opinions, and those suggestions. I promise that I'm going to read and consider every single comment. I want to do everything that I can do to help you teach with power.